And we are live. Hello, friends. A happy Friday. I can't believe it's Friday. And is this the last Friday in February? I think it is. Wow, that's a little scary. So I'm so grateful to be back. I'm so grateful for the connections, number one. And I'm so grateful to be alongside here a new friend. We just met, but boy, did we connect after a networking group. And I just love Chris and I love Chris's message. So thank you, Chris Marcelle, for joining me today. And I'm so grateful to have you here.
Well, thank you, Lauren. Yeah, this is very, very exciting. As was said, that we just met, but it's pretty much like kismet, whatever. I let the universe decide who's going to be in my life, and like you said, we really hit it off pretty good. We have the same soul, same heart, where we're out there wanting to help others, especially women, to look better and feel better and enjoy the life that we're supposed to be living. Yeah.
Absolutely. Isn't that the truth? I mean, we want to feel our best. And we talked a lot yesterday about, or was that even the day before yesterday? But regardless, it doesn't matter. When we were chatting, we were just talking about going through the life after menopause or during menopause or perimenopause, just because it impacts so many women. And as I told you, I'm right there. But there was something that you said that I'm so excited that there's another phase of life that is amazing. So tell us, because you're really much into working with women around the menopause and perimenopause. Is that correct?
Yeah. Actually, working in all the gamuts of the health and wellness, as far as between the joint, the skin, and the collagen. The collagen was a buzzword about 10, 15 years ago, and I have that in my little bag. Gut health, weight loss, but more importantly, it's a subject that we never talk about. In some cultures they can't even mention the word period. Menopause, the menstruation. We call it our friend. We call it change of life. We call it whatever. It's menstruation. It's menstruation, and then we have peri before and post menopause and menopause. It's women and our hormones and our changes. And yeah, my early on, I was on progesterone therapy in my early 30s, and I really felt like I had demons. I don't know about if anybody's ever related with this, especially women, that all of a sudden the mouth engages and the mind saying, stop, stop, stop. And I'm saying I can't, because I'm like spitting out, like, so crazy. And that's when they put me on progesterone therapy way back then. And then at 31, the only option, or the option I was given, because I had endometriosis, was either have a baby, okay, because it stops the menses, or have a hysterectomy. And my then husband at the time said he didn't want to have any kids. And I already had two. And I said, okay, fine. So I had the hysterectomy at 31, which they didn't want to do.
Wow.
Now, that I left my right ovary. So, but fast forward to, that's the 30s, the 40s. I was really grateful not to get a period anymore. That's like, first thing, I went out and bought new sheets. It's
Mhm.
like new underwear, new sheets. It's the things that, that affect us that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
It's crazy, crazy stuff. And then in my 50s is when menopause started, which I said, oh, I already had a hysterectomy, but I still had an ovary. And
Hmm.
the flashes would come. Okay. The
Hmm.
sweats would come. And let's just talk about this one too that we don't talk about. The libido left the house,
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
left the house. And again, my husband's not alive to hear this, because, like, he had diabetes, and it was right around the same time that the diabetes was affecting his libido, you know,
Hmm.
performance. And, like, so like, I was like, I made him think that it was his fault. You know what I mean? Like, like it wasn't a big deal, where I did fess up later on. I did
Yeah.
fess up later on,
Yeah.
but the 50s was 50 sucked. I'm sorry. The 50s sucked. That's when the body, you look in the mirror and you start to look like that cartoon character. When it's like, the one that the old lady was, you just need the glasses and the wrinkles, and your boobs are hitting your knees. And I'm like, I'm just like, oh my God, not only with the sweats and stuff, but and then, it's just like, oh. So I'm really, really excited now. I'm actually 68. I turned 68 in November. And
Yeah, look
I,
amazing.
and this, I have a little bit of face makeup on, but I had people ask me if I've ever had the work, the work. It's not a facelift, but the different names that we call stuff. You either had plastic surgery,
No,
you did.
it's
You have
never
your
exactly what it is. Exactly.
you have your period, you don't have your period. You have menopause, you have the work. It's a code word, But I'm happy
Yeah,
to say I haven't had. I wouldn't spend the money on that,
yeah,
But
yeah.
going back to the menopause, you know, recently, and this is why I'm probably, that's how we met on WPN. We were on a call, and because they attract so many beautiful women
Yeah,
that in all stages of our hormones, of
yeah,
our life, a lot of in the menopause area, um, that my company is just coming out with a formula that is with no hormones.
yeah.
And the stories and testimonies, that this was after 3 years of research. The stories
Hmm.
and testimonies are the ones that are getting me, excited. Except I'm a little nervous about getting that libido back.
No, come on, say bring it on.
Well, I don't have. My husband died a year and a half ago, so it's like I'm
Oh,
not anxious to start a relationship, but but I do know, again, but it would be exciting, So, but so tell me a little bit of some of the things that you're going through, because you had mentioned that you're right in the menopause, that you think, between the
no,
high.
you definitely, yeah, and I have been in the health and wellness space for years and have always used the practice that I guide here at Conscious Strong, that it will help offset some of those symptoms. And, I was moving along all through my 40s, never had a thing, moving into my 50s, never had a thing early on. And then all of a sudden, when you hit the double digits, I was like, what is this? Why am I gaining weight? I'm still eating well. I'm having hot flashes. I'm waking up in the middle of the night. And I thought, oh no, here it is. So I do feel like that is what it is. And I hear, as I work with my clients on, being able to stay, in tune with your body so that it never turns into that dark place that we have seen many women go to after menopause, because it's very difficult and you have that excess weight gain. Your body changes. Well, it is going to change regardless. I mean, I am definitely going through that. Yeah. And it's like, it's so, yeah, those are the symptoms that definitely have crept into my world. And so I am having to really step up my game even more so in the work that I do. And personally, I was cruising along there for the longest time where my metabolism was just humming. And then all of a sudden, I guess it's like zip, there goes the estrogen. And oh, wow, the body is like, and the mind, it really can impact as I hear. Also, now that I'm experienced slightly, is the sleep patterns, the waking up, and you're waking up in that sweat, and mind is racing. So yeah, that's where I am right now.
Yeah, you mentioned an awful lot, and in our conversation the other day, you did talk about how you had your brick and mortar Pilates for over 30 years,
Hmm.
right? And now
Yeah.
you're changing a little bit, into more specifically. You said the women were from the 40s to 55, was it, or?
Yeah,
Uh,
just most women, 40 plus, most women come to me over 40
mhm.
who are just unhappy with their body, but also feeling lost. That's what I hear a lot, is that I just don't know who I am anymore. Whether it's from, I say I'm working with women in transition, and transition could be into, menopause, or from perimenopause to menopause, or if it's a divorce, if it's shifting a career, because that happens a lot after either a long run of a career, and then knowing, or empty nesters. I get empty
Yeah, I was going
nesters,
to say that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it leaves you, it's you've lost some identity. And when that identity is gone, it leaves you questioning everything, and like, who is this now? And whose body is this?
I think it also goes a little bit with the brain fog that we get. that we don't talk about the brain fog. Now, there's brain fog from COVID, okay, but there's also brain fog from going through the changes, when we start to do it. So you mentioned an awful lot. I remember, that's like my first involvement with the company I'm with, that I've been with since 2013, was my main concern was my back. I had 3 back surgeries, and I still was in so much physical pain, so I was attracted to a product there that got me mobile. Yet I did put on an awful lot of weight, and unfortunately I'm down to the weight. I would have been with my husband 21 years. We almost had 20 years together, but I'm back to a weight actually less than when we first met. Now, I'm not blaming my weight really on him, but more on the changes. I've taken off, or I like to say release, because when we say diet or lost, in the NLP type of stuff, we're going to find it again. You know what I mean? If I lose something, you hope to find it. I don't want to find the weight. I don't want to find the weight. So I got to the point where I sat down, I'm like looking to see if I was sitting on anybody, because the butt would come up, and I'm like, this is like, so, and it's not at all like one size fits all program type of stuff. Like, you work with the physical, mental, and spiritual. Okay. Kind of do too. So like, it talks with the weight. I say, what are you eating? What's eating you, before we go into any supplements, you know what I mean? Because again, do what we can, food, like you do, and then, looking at the spiritual, the finding our way, the mental, so, but as I said, I get back to the menopause stuff, because we'll have many conversations on both sides, and I have to say thank you for introducing me to the StreamYard. I think that's what it's called, to be able to do this platform. Because I think we both said both of us were doing a lot more lives, a while ago, and this is kind of our inspiration, or to move forward. So I think we're going to have a lot more conversations.
We're back. Yes,
we're back to help others.
Yes.
And I have to put a plug in here too, because it's not just for women. I have to tell you, I ran across 2 men recently when I started talking about this. One divorced his wife because of menopause. The other's been struggling to stay in the marriage. Okay. So it's not just, for women only. So if there's a man that's listening to us today, I'm sure a woman, if not your mother, okay, or somebody, or aunt or whatever, that could possibly benefit from the supplement or, the other treatment that you do with them. I'm going to focus a little bit on the supplement, because, and I have to read, because I'm a pencil and paper person. I'm constantly taking notes. So if you think I'm not paying attention, I'm writing notes. Okay. So if you're watching this, take some notes, but just never mind the menstruation formula, because we'll talk about that another time. But the menopause formula. Now, the woman who formulated this, she grew up on the manufacturing floor. 30 years of development. Her father was a manufacturer. He actually blew the whistle on a company for putting too much something in vitamin C, and then went out on his own. He owns GMP Labs. So she started out, and all of her formulations have been because of emotional, and that's how we get into our own businesses, correct? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and her story, if anybody wants to hear her story, I can direct you through, another link or whatever. But it was her own personal story of how, on the menstruation. And she spent 3 years research and developing the formulas. And it doesn't, and everything is backed by studies, third-party studies. So that's the thing, third-party studies. It's not just, oh yeah, we have this thing. But those that have been in the test group, the beta group, they have found that it reduces the hot flashes. It reduces the night sweats, the vaginal dryness, which is really, really important, because again, that goes along with the libido. You know what I mean? Improves the sleep health, which you mentioned.
Yeah.
Cognitive health, our thoughts.
Yeah.
Cardiovascular health. And I'm going to go back to that in a minute. And protects the cells from oxidative stress. And that's the aging, that's your immune system. And then, of course, healthy looking skin and nails. supports the energy levels, and supports the mood. Now, for me, I have just started taking it, and I'm probably like 99% of the people. I'm not consistent. My other product for dogs, cats, and horses, they're consistent because I give it to them. But
Yeah.
me, so, and I'm still testing. Is it better to take? It's 2 pills. Is it better to
Okay.
take one in the morning, one in the afternoon? It doesn't say. Take 2 in
Right.
the morning, take 2 at night. Now I have found I took 2 at night instead of
Okay.
the morning, and I
Yeah.
slept real good last night. Okay.
Okay.
I'm still not, again, it's only a week, 2 weeks, not even, so I'm
Okay.
still me. I have to know for me, but
Right.
I had energy today. Okay.
Okay.
I woke up with energy. Now I have fibromyalgia, so I never really wake up with energy. I wake up
Okay.
with that truck. You know what I mean? I take other things, but it's always like, okay, let me have that coffee, get moving. So I have energy today.
Yeah.
The cardiovascular, and I just want to put a plug in there. I don't know. There's a lot of people that have had issues with that from
Mhm.
something else. You know what I mean? And I don't want to get into being a doctor and stuff like that, but there is some correlations between the shots, that we've
Yeah.
gotten. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
anything that can help our heart, because my doctor worked with me. I refused. The only thing I take is thyroid. I've refused. I have high cholesterol because of genetics, German.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Foods.
Yeah.
Ancestry.
Yeah.
And when I went plant-based,
Mhm.
my cholesterol is great, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that there's not plaque there.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because my
Yeah.
doctor was saying it's a silent killer, and I just went through all the the stress tests and stuff like that, and they said there is a little calcium on my aorta. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
68 years old. Yeah,
Yeah.
so so I'm anything that has anything to do with cardiovascular health.
Mhm.
The weight is in check, almost.
Mhm.
The joints are in check. I'm working on the
Mhm.
memory. I didn't think I was going to live this long. I'm sorry. I was at, I was like 30. I was ready to check out, and it's 68. So I know I have another 30 years. My mother's going to be 92.
That is amazing. I know when you told me your mother was going to bring you over her car or something, and I've thought, wow, oh my God, that is amazing.
Well, she's also I downsized and I moved. I like to say a manufactured home with a lanai. I moved into a trailer with a screen room. Okay,
I
1985.
love it.
But she is putting. Have you have these awning things? Well, the slide they protect the window. It's
Yeah.
usually a black vinyl. Well,
Yeah.
we took all the black vinyl out, and because I love Manhattan but haven't lived there, she painted me. And I have it posted on my Facebook page. 4 panels of a New York skyscraper
Oh my gosh, that is
painted, and they're 6 foot high panels.
wow. So
Okay,
you
and
feel like
it's
you're back in New York.
right. And then the one she's working on now is 6 panels of the beach scene, because those are my 2 favorite go-to places. The
Yeah.
beach, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
she's 91 years old, lives alone, still drives. We want to take the driver's license, drive a car away from her a little bit, But
Yeah.
so it's all those things, and so I know I'm going to live that long.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see you going anywhere, Chris. Your energy is just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank
that
you.
is fantastic. So you've been trying this now for going on maybe 2 weeks. And so
Mm-hmm.
you're testing it just to see what kind of impact it has on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm curious. I definitely would be curious to follow.
Yeah, and again, the nice thing about it is the company comes with all the products have a 30-day money back, empty bottle guarantee. All
Yeah.
the products that they come. Some of them are backed by studies. Like we have a 90-day study on the collagen matrix. So I usually say, try it out for 90 days. That one, you
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
And again, even with the menstruation and the menopause, you want to go through a couple cycles. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
To expect something so soon, it's like, we're instant gratification, you know what I mean?
We are.
Microwave, like all this stuff. I want to have it now, now, now. So if I can just, one of the things that bothered me, and I didn't know, was I sleeping on, I put a waterproof mattress cover on my bed years ago
Mhm.
because I had dogs that were sick and they would pee the bed, So
Yeah.
is it the plastic that's making me have, the
Mhm.
sweat, you know what I mean? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, but it's not.
Yeah.
It is part of the menopause. If I could sleep 6 hours straight and not get up, that's wonderful. And the other thing, go back to sleep. Normally,
Yeah.
I would sleep 4 hours, wake up, lay there another hour, looking at another hour, hour and a half, and I wake up to, of course, go to the bathroom, and then I'm able to go back to sleep. So that in itself, getting a good night's sleep,
It's huge.
is
Yeah.
huge. As I said, so yeah, trying it. And what we're right now, we're actually in a we're taking pre-orders. You can save.
Okay.
You could actually save, as a new customer. I think you could save $15 off. I think it's the menopause is I think it's $60. But
Okay.
they're giving $5 off for anybody who's already a customer. But
Okay.
new customers get $10 off. And if you add it with one of the gut health formulas, you're going to get another $10. So you can pretty much get $20 off and get this product for $39. You know what I mean?
So this is a trial product right now. I mean, not a trial, but it's new. It hasn't been fully launched yet. So
It's being
you are,
they're
yeah,
fully launched. They gave it to us. Some of the distributors. We had the opportunity to buy it a month ago, 3 weeks ago.
okay.
They sold out of the Meno in an hour of what they
Wow.
had available. The
Yeah.
menstruation, they still had more. So we had to give some bottles back to make everybody, get everybody. But our big announcement, or it's coming out March 10th, is when it will be, the orders will be processed. So if anybody wants to order ahead of time, I can either put the order in for them. Thank you. I can either put the order in, or if you want to talk more about it, it's fine with me. But I can take your orders or send you a link to get your own. And new customers would pretty much can save anywhere from $10 to $20 off of a $60 bottle. So
Yeah. Yeah.
spend more than that on going out to eat these days. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So everyone, just if you want more information or just to connect with amazing Chris here, because we talked, it was 2 days ago after our networking event, and we have not stopped talking, and so much that we share in common. And as she shared so beautifully, just our desire to make a difference in the lives of others, and especially women who are going through this transition of any kind. And what Chris has to offer is just beautiful. I haven't been able to really look at everything, but I look forward to looking into all of the products, because they look amazing. And I think I shared that my sister takes one of the products and has always believed in the product. So so text Chris. There's her number, 321-258-5916. And I know I'm going to sing a little song with it. But yeah, text Chris, connect with her. She has so much just amazing advice and so much backing with the company that she has built and that she works with. And I just really have enjoyed so much our time together. And we are excited to have all of you join us, and we both on our platform. So follow Chris, because she is also, as like I've said, we are both going to start going live on a very regular basis with all of our tips and ways that can help you move through your transitions in life, no matter what they are. And just as you said, Chris, all of you men out there, I actually worked with a lot of men when I had my brick and mortar. I actually had almost more men than I did women. And it was for that reason, is that they want a female's perspective. They would like to know how to relate to his partner if they are going through this transition in life, because it's very hard. It impacts relationships. And so what I work on at Conscious Strong is that we do work on the spiritual side. So I'm so glad you touched on that, because spiritual health is key. The key to understanding who you are, the key to understanding then what is it that you need in order to find that emotional and physical well-being and physical health. And that all starts with you knowing who you are, right? So again, all of this will help unfold the answers that you need and what supplements you need, because at the end of the day, even though we want to say we want to take as little medication as possible, if any medication, our body does need nourishment. It really does. And so it really can't go at it alone, especially now don't get that started because I'll start talking about our food industry. That's a whole nother episode or
Oh,
two
there
or
we
three.
go. There we go. Plug that one in.
That one will be a huge one because because we truly are making our people sick. And with said, we are pulling nutrients that are necessary. We don't know it, but we do need to bring supplements in order to help us live our best life at times. So it's
And natural supplements.
and natural supplements. And again, it really starts with knowing who you are and then working with the right people because
Right.
there are too many scams going on today. There are way too many. I think I get a text. I feel like it's daily, lose 55
Like the Medicare calls.
Yeah, I know all the different programs and all of the different, products that you can take. And guys, it's confusing. It truly is confusing. So don't buy into the text. If you get a text, just like anyone who is fishing for, come on, don't go there. You can't lose 55 pounds in a week. So I laugh when I get that text. So you have to go with the right people, go with the people that you trust, work with the people that have the right resources and they have the backing. And Chris is one because you have shared so much insight. And yes, I do too. I've poured years of research on my own and education into the work I do because it is my mission and my passion to impact millions out there so that we can make a difference in our world because it really is kind of a crisis right now on all fronts. Mm-hmm.
Could you just do one more thing, Lauren? You said that you had something happening in the beginning of March. You have something that you're offering?
Oh, yeah, thank you. No, I do. Ladies, I do have a program that is starting. I say a program, but it's a group and it's open-ended. So you do not, it's not a 3-month, there's so many 3-month challenges or 3-month masterminds or 6 months. This is open enrollment and it's kicking off March the 1st. And this will be ongoing. It's not just for right now, but I ask you to try it for 7 days. It's only for $1 a day. So a $7 investment will have you, that you will give you full access. I coach live twice a week. I have a platform that is filled with resources and activities and exercises that you'll have your own login information on my private platform that you will have always access to. I record every session, so it will start building a library for you. And I give you a private assessment. And that's the biggest part because none of us have the same fingerprint. That means none of us are the same. So there is no cookie cutter approach to, diet, exercise, and none of that alone. And I remove those words really from my teaching. So thank you for bringing that forward.
Put your banner down. Yeah, put the banner. I'm sorry. Just to remind you, sometimes we need a secretary.
Oh, we do need a secretary here. We do. I know. I'm going to do just one more. That's the link that you can connect with me. You can even just drop in the chat if you're interested in more information. Drop in the chat also for Chris. So I truly feel it's these collaborations that help us to spread the love, number one, and the health and well-being. And it does take that village. It takes a globe. It takes all of us coming together. And that is what I love about, I host retreats as well, and that's a whole nother topic, to go into. But this is how we met, Chris, and we met through an amazing group of women. And when we come together, man, is there fire going on, like in a good way. It is beautiful. It is a lot of loving energy. And that is what's going to help make an impact. And that's what's going to take us down the road of change. And that's what's necessary. So grateful for our time together, Chris. And I know that we will have many more conversations around this campfire.
Yes, we will. We will. Thank you so much. It's been great. And again, the women's group that we did meet through is called WPN. Mm-hmm. And it is international. So if anybody wanted to try to find it, it's Women's Prosperity Network. and it's a
Mhm.
great group of women. So I'm very
Yeah.
grateful to them for meeting you. I'm glad I plugged in on the Tuesday, you know.
Absolutely, I am too. It was a very spontaneous. It just popped in my inbox, and I happened to have the time, and I thought, well, this looks
Yeah,
interesting. So
we're
I'm so
supportive.
grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so WPN is an amazing group. We'll drop the link in the chat as well if you're interested in finding out more about participating. So, women making a difference, that's what we're all about. Yeah.
Right. Thank
So,
you very much.
Chris, thank you, Chris, so much. And we'll look forward to next time. Bye, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching.